Earlier this week, Marge Petrone, Richard Petrone's mother, told me she hopes the divers who searched the Schuylkill River on Tuesday find something.
But first, all new on NBC 10 News at 5. The search for a missing cold case couple takes a team of divers from YouTube to the banks of the Schuylkill River this afternoon.
They renewed their search for a couple from South Jersey, missing for more than 17 years. Danielle Imbo and Richard Petrone Jr. were last seen at a bar on South Street in February of 2005.
They were here with friends having a really good time Saturday night, and at 11:30 p.m. they decided to leave. They stated to friends, Richard did, that he parked nearby. They were leaving to their vehicle, and he was taking Danielle home to Jersey. Did they go to Jersey? Or did they go to Richard's home on top of Viking Bakery up in Ardmore, which is about 15 minutes away? I'm very hopeful for this location. This is a location that we haven't checked. That's a wheel. That's a wheel. You see it? It's a wheel clear as day. This vehicle's been in here for a while. Danielle and Richard could be directly below us right now, Carson. Yeah, he's on it. I see him.
It's severely, debris is all around it.
Yeah.
It looked black, but once I started ripping on it, it's blue.
It's definitely not the vehicle we're looking for, but we gotta do it to find out, you know what I mean? I am really optimistic that everything we have done today, we are getting closer and closer to Danielle and Richard. Day 2 in our investigation and search begins right here at the FBI field office where I'm about to go in.
Of the people that I find underwater, in my opinion, I feel as though 50% of them could have escaped if they would have had a window breaker. The link is in the description, or jump over to adventureswithpurpose.com, where you can purchase a window breaker in whatever color you want. There's discounts available when you purchase 2 or more. Whether it's for your mom, your dad, or that new 16-year-old driver that's in your home, you're gonna sleep better at night knowing that they might have a chance of getting out in the event they end up in water, a potential fire, a rollover, an accident. You're gonna wanna make sure that you pick them up one.
Okay, so just got out of the FBI meeting, as well as with homicide detectives with the Philadelphia PD were there. Mind you, we're on the Jersey side. Long story short, I can't talk about what we talked about in detail. Everything as far as that goes, it was off the record 100%. They are in support of us. I can tell you that the theories that we are working and that you guys know that we are working, they agree with. I can tell you that much. And they're very, very hopeful with everything that I laid out for them. They're very hopeful that we're going to be successful today, and they agree with the theories that we are working on this. So that's great. That corroborates what we're doing, and I feel even better about it. They gave me just some local information to help us out as far as where we should look, just like anybody, just common sense stuff on maps, that might help us. So we need to get all of this brought up on map We're here on the Jersey side, and we need to knock out all of these little locations, and they're little locations. I think we have about 12, 13 locations on this side that quite a few of them may or may not even be able to rule out just by determining they're too shallow. But we're on the right path. I feel like they're here on the Jersey side. Everything points to it. You know, there was no camera ruling out that they never went across the New Jersey Bridge. Any of the bridges, like the Betsy Ross, Ben Franklin, Walt Whitman, they could have went across any one of those bridges and they would have never been caught on camera. The only thing that's going to catch them on camera on any of those bridges at the time that they disappeared would have been if they ran a toll. And you're only running a toll coming out of Jersey. They were going into Jersey. As everybody here knows, in the Philadelphia area, you never pay to get to Jersey, you're paying to get out. And a lot of you locals will know what I'm talking about. So we're on the right track. We need to open up the lab, open up the maps, just drop some pins and coincide those places of water with what's closest for us to get to from right here, and then just start working them out. We'll tell the story as it unfolds with where we're at, why we're there, and how that body of water comes into play with where we're at, what route they were taking when we're searching them. The very first location we're heading to right now is Strawbridge Lake, which we just pulled on the 38, which they would have been coming to in this lane of travel towards the Mount Laurel area where her home was. The Strawbridge Lake on the map looks like it's feasible. It's right off the side of the road, and it's gonna be our very first location that we check today. We only have so much daylight left. We have a lot of storms that are moving in the day. This afternoon, things are gonna get really critical fast. So we need to knock out as much as we can along this route and the other routes from Abilene's to her house while we have a chance to today. Four feet, 3 feet, 5.7 feet deep. Not deep, man. This is the lower portion of the lake here, so it's not surprising. I'm not necessarily worried about this portion. The upper portions are probably going to be deeper. The upper portions are also more likely what we're looking for due to the relevance of the road they would have been traveled on.
Danielle Imbo and Richard Petrone Jr. were last seen at a bar on South Street in February of 2005.
This is where 38 comes into play as far as Strawbridge Lake is concerned. 38 is directly tied into the Betsy Ross Bridge route from Abilene's to Danielle's home. That's 38 right there where you see that box truck and all the traffic right there along that. 3 feet, 2 feet. Man, a couple more feet and we might be working with 7 feet. Wow. 13 feet deep right here. We have a huge hole right here off the side of the highway. 6 feet, it's coming back up quick. 5 feet, 3 feet. We know they're not in here, but on the other side, we're coming under 38 right now. 38 is directly above us that they would have traveled to Danielle's house. Is the vehicle right here on the side of 38. It's dropping back down 7 feet. 7 feet. 5 feet. This is the route. They could have come right off of here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the live scope and we're gonna use it like a flashlight in here. If there's anything in here. getting a really good image here. 7 feet, man. Nothing but rocks. All right, I'm confident that they're not here. Crazy hole right here, though. Just goes to show you, with this whole lake was 3 to 5 feet deep the whole way, and we end up over there where there was a 13.5 feet hole. We've had a lot of people following us, several agencies, a lot of news crews, even choppers following us on this case. This is a really big case, and I guess you could say that just goes to the credibility that we carry and the results that we produce. It's attractive. So, hey, I'm glad we deserve it. The cases that we work deserve it. And at the end of the day, the more exposure that we have, the more we can help families and communities. It's a good thing. Of this out. 9 feet, 8 feet. Oh, we're deeper up here. I figured we were gonna get deeper. Yeah. So we got 38, which still runs along this section of Strawbridge Lake, and there's a lot of possibility with their route coinciding with the theory the vehicle could be here in Strawbridge Lake. This is a really good location to check. I'm optimistic that this could be it, and or also to just get this marked off our list so we can move on. Look how close 38 is into here. Like real close. Getting back down to 5 feet right here. 3 feet. We're gonna go under this tunnel over here. Go, 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 go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1. Thank you, sir. Five feet. It's getting deeper.
Marge Petrone is Richard Petrone's mother. She tells me her son worked in the family business, baking pastries, and was a devoted father who never watched his daughter grow up.
3 feet the entire way almost, except for back there near the dam. Got down to about almost 6 feet, but not enough. Numbers game we're playing here. Process of elimination. I say it all the time.
People are still trying to look for him. I can't tell you what it means to me. I need closure, and I need justice for my son and Danielle.
Storm front moving in. We're gonna have to get out of here and go directly to our next location. We're going to be going to where one of the FBI agents, one of the locations of their interest. It's a good possibility. It makes sense for us to go there. We're gonna rule that out and just keep it moving. Keep it moving.
All right, we gotta go your way.
In half a mile, turn left onto Pleasant Valley Avenue.
right, that's good right there. This is an accidental location based upon a theory they would have been headed to Danielle's house, got in this area and decided, man, maybe when we want to go to Wawa to grab something to eat, some parental preventative things you could acquire before you go home, before a night out, and all types of stuff you could go to, reasons you could go to Wawa for prior to them actually going to Danielle's house. And this is right in, absolutely right in. One of the FBI agents says that they noticed cars sitting up here quite frequently, doing a lot of fishing, and it just stuck out in his mind. So I'm excited, optimistic to get in here, and excited. Like I want to knock these off and just get them done, man. Get them done. It's a numbers game. So let's rule it out and get on to the next one. All the way, it's between 2 and 3 feet. .6, 3.5 feet, all the way through here, 3.5, 3.6 feet, way too shallow to conceal a pickup truck. You know, we're looking for a 2001 Dodge Dakota, black in color, extended cab, short bed. You know, we're preferably looking for, you know, it's gonna take 6 feet to conceal the vehicle. Over the years with water depth change, you know, we're looking about, I would say comfortably 10 feet of water. Between 10 and 15 feet of water is ideal to conceal a vehicle for 17 years. The significance of this waterway right here falls in line with, we're near the home of Danielle and a route she could have taken had she decided to stop and go to Wawa on her way home. So all of this stuff up here is significant. No good. Too shallow. Stop. So right now we are en route to Schuylkill River Lake, which is going to take into the theory that they came across the Ben Franklin Bridge down on 30, and 30 runs right along Schuylkill River Lake, and it looks like you can get right in. You know, who knows what the roads look like back then, but the Schuylkill River Lake goes right up to 30 as you come in. Did they make it up and over the guardrail? I don't know. Lots of tires out here. Give me a pickup truck. We need a pickup truck, right? So I'm going to take a moment to educate you guys on exactly how it is I read sonar when I'm searching in any body of water. It's pretty basic. We use 3 of them: down imaging, side imaging, and live scope. And I'll bring you into this here. Let me show you so you have an idea of what it is we're looking at right now. So on this screen, the Humminbird Apex 13 system, amazing system, one of the best systems out there for what we do and the types of water that we are in. So just in reading this, we have, you can tell right here, it's 11 feet deep. Now this top portion of the screen is down imaging, and it's representing a picture in time of what we have gone over. So basically all of this that we're going over, and you can see it, that it's slowly moving, that's what we just went over back there. And the same thing for the bottom half of the screen. This is side imaging, and we're casting 75 feet in either direction. And the black columns here on either side of this boat icon, which represents the boat travel here, is going to be the water columns and how deep it is to the bottom. So it's 11 feet, and it's about 11 feet here to the bottom. And I can cast 75 feet in either direction, and you can see all of these tires out here. Lots of tires. You see those circles right there? Those are tires. On this side, we have the Garmin Live Scope, and Garmin is an actual picture of what's under the boat in real time. So it's not a picture in time, but it is exactly what's under the boat at the moment right now as I go over it. And we use the live scope once we've identified a target, such as this right here. This is going to be a tire. You see that tire, or a car. When we identify what we believe to be a car, we'll then come over here and put it on live scope, which you can see we're only 3 feet deep now, so we're getting really shallow. You can see the little obstructions over here sticking up, so we know all of this over here is going to be shallow. Plus there's no way for a vehicle to get over here. There's no parking lots or anything. Between those 3 systems that I just explained, the Humminbird down imaging and side imaging, and the Garmin Live Scope, the 3 give us a combined vision of what's really under there, and we use them to complement each other in the scenarios that I just explained. That's the simple version of how we read sonar, what they are, and what we're looking at. Another key when we're reading this that's big is speed. You know, depending on your system, you don't want to go fast and you don't want to go too slow, or you're not going to get an accurate reading of what the objects really are on the bottom. At the end of the day, these are technically, you know, fish finders, depth finders, but the imaging, if you're going the right speed, for our systems, it's about, you know, 1.9 to 4.5 because of the way we have it, you know, the way we have it calibrated now allows us to go a little bit faster than we used to. So you don't want to go too fast. If you go too fast, a vehicle is going to look like, you know, a smaller rock. If you go too slow, the object is going to look really big. So there's a really fine point that each system has with speed, and you really just got to use it to find that right speed for bottom mapping that way, the way that we do it. And essentially that's what we're doing. We're bottom mapping with the depth finders, the side scan, and that's what works for us. You can see that there. That's a really good image of a tire under there, and you can blow that up. It's a tire.
It's like glitching, dude.
So we're getting over here close to where 38, no, Route 30 comes right up to the road. You can see how close the highway is in relevance to this body of water right here. This is one of the most targeted areas right now. I feel as though there's a high likelihood this could be our location. We know they were coming down that road. We know they left the bar and Richard was taking Danielle home out here to Jersey in the Mount Laurel area, and they would have had to come down this road on one of the routes that we have mapped that what they would have taken. And the roads around here in Philly, are the same today as they were 17 years ago. These highways haven't changed a bit. It's coming down to 3.5 feet over here. This is not looking good as far as depth at all. You know, as I'm coming into this, you know, I'm really hopeful on this location and searching here, and you know, I'm looking for somebody that's, you know, deceased and underwater, and you know, it's kind of a bittersweet thing to get overly optimistic and wanting them to be here. That's a real struggle, because we're working with tragedy, and we're working up, you know, a lot of optimism to find them, and then, you know, it's a weird feeling to have and produce so much optimism to find someone dealing with such a heavy topic. But it's been 17 years. It's not like we are looking for somebody who went missing a few months ago. You know, I think it's fairly feasible that, you know, to suspect that, you know, something tragic has happened to the two of them, which is, you know, I'm just lost at words. I'm messing up. It makes me pretty emotional. I'm just waiting for it to pop up, man. Any moment. Like, this is prime location right here. This would make sense. It would make sense for them to be here. It would make sense for no one to have found their vehicle here in the last 17 years. This is not a normal area of water to even think of checking. It might be on that Delaware, man. It might be right where Jared started. I asked Jared, was he confident in the scans he did when he first worked this case? Meaning, did he think his skills were good enough to not question the work he did on this case? And he's confident. Everything he scanned in this case is, there's nothing there. Do I second guess what he did anyways? My instinct says yes. Just because I know, I mean, you just never know. You blink and you miss something. I know one time we scanned here, you know, he spent a lot of time in the boat with Wesley talking about Sam, because that stuff was really fresh at the time. Did he miss something there? But it still just doesn't make sense for them to be down near the Home Depot or any of that stuff. They wouldn't have gone that way. 1.2 feet. We've done a lot of work on this case. We have a lot of good information. You know, the investigation that we were doing, you know, it completely changed when we came back this time. The elements switched up on us and produced different aspects to lead us in a more accurate area. I feel like we are really on the right path to finding Danielle and Richard. I really do. You know, we have really rough weather moving in right now. We still have water left to check, and I don't want to wait until our fall trip. It's just too long to wait, when I think if we stay another day and we push back what I have going on in Maryland, I can make a call to the detective and let him know, and he'll understand. He knows what we're doing, and he understands the resource we are to him, so he should be more than willing to wait, you know, another day for us. And I just think that we have to stay another day. We got to continue to work on locations. We'll go back to the drawing board tonight. We'll open up our lab, as we call it, and just really go over what we've done so far, what we're missing, and really what we need to wake up tomorrow and knock out. I just want to take a moment to encourage each and every one of you that are watching this. You are the supporters that support us and help make this possible. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, share our stories. If you're watching this, share it. Sharing is a powerful tool to spread awareness to what we are doing. Thank you for your support. If you have the means to do so, go on over to adventureswithpurpose.com. You can donate directly to us, or you can purchase some merchandise. Our hats, our hoodies, our shirts. We have window breakers as well. A 2-in-1 emergency window breaker tool, seatbelt cutter that could save your life in the event your vehicle goes underwater, or you're in a small accident and you find your vehicle filling up with smoke. You need to bust your windows and get out. Life-saving tool. Get one for you, your family, your friend. Just get them. They will help save your life. Thank you for your support. Tomorrow we will be back with day 3 of this search. We have a lot left to do.
We'd like to search between the Ben Franklin Bridge and Betsy Ross Bridge.
Should be coming up on it right now. Right there, right there, right there, right there. What is that? What is that? We're very optimistic.